This week on the Digital Coffee, LinkedIn is launching premium company pages. Meta is in trouble with the EU again, and TikTok AI wants to clone your voice. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for your business. My name is Amanda Webb, and if we've not met before, I am a digital marketing ROI trainer, consultant, mentor, which means that I help businesses like yours get more insight into their business and how they can make more money, save time, and get extra cash. I've done it in the wrong order. Extra headspace from using analytics to decode how much return on investment they're getting on the money and time they spend on their business. Did it the wrong way around, but that's fine. I'm out of practice. Why am I grasping this mug like a friggin' idiot? Well, it's because it's the Digital Coffee, and I can see there's 3 of you watching already. I can see a few more coming in. So I do want you to tell me what is in your mug, because Digital Coffee, turns out, doesn't exist. Nothing in my mug. Sad, really, and it's because I talk too fast, and I talk even faster when I drink coffee, so I'm not allowed any till afterwards. But I'd love to know what is in your mug, where you're watching both physically. So I'm in the Republic of Ireland. I'd love to know where you are. I'm in County Kildare. Or where you're watching virtually. So are you on YouTube? Are you on Facebook? Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on Twitter? The platform, I've got hair in my face. Are you on the platform formerly known as Twitter, now known as X? I'd love to know. So do leave me a comment. One thing that I would like you to do is, once this show is finished, around 10:30 a.m, come over to LinkedIn, because on LinkedIn we record, myself and Making Sang, my wonderful co-host, record a podcast together on LinkedIn audio, and you can come and join in. You can listen live, but also you can come and have your say. You can tell us what you think about the stories we cover. And we cover one of these stories in more detail, plus we talk about the internet winner of the week and the internet loser. So I'd love to see you there at 10:30. If you didn't scan the QR code, or you're on a phone and you can't scan your QR code, come and follow Making here on LinkedIn, because it's on her LinkedIn account. You'll find it. And just water for Making, who is the tea expert. So I don't know what's going on there. I just don't know what's going on. Okay, right. So do let me know. Love to know that people watching. I can see a few more have joined since I last looked. So do let me know what's in your mug. But while you do that, let's get on with the news.
I'm Louise Brogan, host of LinkedIn with Louise, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Tell me this, on LinkedIn, do you use your personal profile or your company page the most? I'm guessing for most of the viewers of this particular show that it's your personal profiles, because, a lot of solopreneurs and marketers, you would tend to use that. And I remember when I first got my company page on LinkedIn, it was very limited what you could do. It was more that you just had it to say, yeah, there is a company I work for, and it can add the little picture of your company to the side of your profile. But they have got a lot better. You can do a whole lot more with your company pages than you used to. So particularly if you have a business with multiple employees, if you're a small agency, if you're a bigger company, you definitely want to focus on that. And if the company page is your focus, there's something new coming from LinkedIn. Premium, yes, paid for company pages. They're not cheap. So it's really not for somebody who's not utilizing their company page. It looks like they're going to be $99 a month. Not sure what they're going to be in euros or pounds. And for that, you'll get a whole host of extra features, which includes being able to invite people who visit your page to follow your page, to auto invite people who engage with your page to follow your page, and the AI assistant will help you create your posts. So that's just 3. There's a few other benefits, including, actually, weird one, badge. You get a badge. You get a badge to say you're a premium member. And that's worth $99 a month, but it does seem to be, it could be quite appealing if your company page is the key way that you market yourself on LinkedIn. I'm going to be interesting to see who takes this up when it's fully launched.
Hello, this is Simon Hodgkins, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
If you are in the EU, and possibly if you're in the UK as well, I'm not sure if it's just the EU, yeah, and I'm not sure if it's just the EU or if it includes the UK, you will have got a notification from Facebook at some stage that, and probably more than once, that says, hello you, do you want to pay us some money? Because if you want to pay us some money, we'll stop showing you ads. We'll do that for you. But if you don't want to pay us some money, sorry, you're going to get personalized ads. We're going to keep spying on you. Have you got that? And of course, I think most people don't want to pay Meta money just to get rid of the ads. So I'd say the uptake on that is quite low, which is actually good news for us as small businesses, because it means that when we advertise, we can still reach the majority of our audience in the EU. But this was always a bit of a hack. You know, I'm not sure how Meta thought they were going to get away with it, but the European Data Protection Board, EDPB, I'm not good with my my letters today, EDPB, that's who they are. They're not happy. They're saying this isn't really complying with what we want you to do. I've issued guidelines or guidance that says this, and we don't know what's going to happen next. I imagine that it's going to go to court, you know, and this has been, Meta and the EU seem to have been in court forever. So Meta are actually saying it's already been in court. We're complying with what the court said. The EDPB, got it right first time there. They say, actually, no, we want you to do something else, maybe make the price lower, because if it was only $1 a month, maybe people would do it. Euro a month, people would do it, or maybe not charge at all. Now, if these guidelines are enacted, if Meta lose, this is bad news for Meta. Of course, they're losing their advertising income stream. You won't be able to run personalized ads. It'll be a bit like what you see on the telly, I guess. And secondly, it's going to be bad for businesses, because at the moment, so few people are opting out, it doesn't really make a difference to us. If it was cheaper or even free to opt out of ads, I imagine that most people would, which means that's cutting off one key place where we can use we can spend our advertising money and get results. So it's one to watch. It really is.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jeremiah Streetman Monero with J-Man Speaks from New York, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Make it a great day.
When I first saw Threads, and I was traveling in the UK at the time, so I was looking at my friends' accounts, the first thing that struck me was that you couldn't send a direct message, which seemed odd, right? Because direct messaging is, you know, it's the way people communicate online now. People are more likely to communicate in a direct message than they are publicly. That's social media for you. So it seemed strange, but I got used to it. But now it seems things are changing. I'm just looking for there we go. Things are changing. You will soon be able to send direct messages, but in a really bizarre way. So you'll be able to go to someone's profile like this one, and you'll be able to click on send a direct message. But when you do, it's going to go to the Instagram inbox. Now we know that they're connected, Threads and Instagram, but this just seems a little bit odd. I mean, I get it, right? Because they didn't build it into the architecture of Threads. So actually direct messaging is more difficult than just clicking a few buttons for them. And secondly, you don't have to check as many inboxes. So that's kind of good. But it seems to kind of like put a barrier between you building those relationships that you get through direct messaging. Like Making says, people slide into her direct messages and that's how she gets business. So it seems to put that slight barrier in the way, particularly as we get so many spam messages on Instagram. So generally I'm just going in there and deleting all the spam. But anyway, it's there. There is that opportunity now to deepen relationships with people that you meet. You're probably going to need to tell them you've sent them a DM so they can go and find it amongst all the spam. But it might not actually be a bad thing at all. Looking for a button.
Hi, I'm Carol Phillips from Laguna Beach, California, and I'm here watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Hi!
Is the future of TikTok in jeopardy? You have heard the news this week, haven't you? That the Senate passed the bill that will essentially, and Joe Biden signed it, that will essentially ban TikTok in the United States if they don't sell it to a US company, which of course they don't want to do. And I can totally see why they wouldn't want to do that. So firstly, if you are relying on TikTok for your business, please, please, please go and set up a second house. Go and work on Instagram or something as well. Start sharing your content there. Start building an audience there, because we don't know what is going to happen. Secondly, it's 9 months they have to divest it, plus some extra time, another 90 days they can ask for, apparently, by which time there could be a new president. Could be. So no, it's going to be almost a year before they actually ban TikTok. So you've got a whole year to build your plan. Plus, TikTok aren't going to take this lying down. They have said that they are going to fight this in the courts. So we imagine that's going to give even more time for TikTok to survive, to TikTok to keep working towards a solution rather than selling or rather than getting banned. But if they lose, if the courts say, well, it's a bill, it's gone through. What does this mean? I mean, it's okay, it's the United States. So when I'm saying, you want to go and set up somewhere else, you might say to yourself, well, my audience isn't in the United States. That's not where I get my customers from. But the problem is, already other countries are talking about banning TikTok. I saw Turkey there were looking at it or have done it. India, for example, have banned TikTok. So if it gets banned in the United States, that is going to cause a ripple effect, and we're going to see it get banned in other countries around the world. And that is the real fear. So again, I don't use TikTok that often. I wouldn't be devastated if it went away, but I know it has been huge for people's businesses. They built millions of followers there. So it's definitely time to set up your second house and build a new audience there, whatever happens after this bill.
I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
From the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast.
And you're watching the Digital Coffee
with Amanda Webb.
You know what my favourite thing is about AI images? They're replacing those awful stock images that people used to use on social media, on their website. Generally, my favourite one, people in blue shirts pointing on a white background, pointing at stuff. Like, we were sick of seeing those. Now we're seeing weirdly AI images everywhere. And, it is nicer. It does mean they're unique to you. But they may be soon popping up somewhere unexpected, because WhatsApp is testing in beta being able to create or generate AI images directly within your WhatsApp chat. So some users in the United States are in this test. All you need to do is type in the word imagine, and that will start a prompt for you to create an image. So you can see in this example here some of the images that get created. It's going to be very fast, and also apparently you'll be able to animate still images as well as create images from scratch. Now, it seems an odd place to do this. I know direct messaging is where it's at. That's what people are doing. I know WhatsApp is hot, from somebody who barely used it, that didn't really like it. I'm using it all the time now. It is like, I'm there. That's my spot. But how will people use this? So my first feeling was images are a good way to add context to your words, because very often text words can get confused. So using an image to add context or to kind of like set the scene could be useful. I'd love to know if you have a better idea than me. Could be useful. Also, I was thinking it could be used like GIFs, the way we use GIFs at the moment. It could be used as an expression of how we're feeling. but still I'm just not sure. I'd love to know how you think you might use this tool.
Hello, this is Nicole from Wonderstars, and you are watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Both TikTok and CapCut, and I've got the notice from CapCut coming up on the screen at the moment, are going to allow you to clone your voice. Now, don't get me wrong, TikTok was not the first to do this. We've talked about this before for Facebook. Facebook brought a cloning tool that's in testing mode at the moment. You'll be able, and of course CapCut, just in case you don't know, owned by ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent company as well. So both of these tools are going to allow you to record yourself reading a script, and then it's going to generate your voice that you'll be able to use in any videos after that, which could be handy, right? Because sometimes you may not be in the mood, or sometimes you might lose your voice. Like one time I lost my voice for a whole month, and I struggled through doing this digital coffee and a podcast that I was doing at the time. It would have been lovely to have been able to use my real voice. I don't know how accurate it is yet, and I do think it could be very helpful. But of course, there's a downside, because, once TikTok has your voice, will it be able to sell that on to other people to use? Will people have you saying all sort of random and weird things? And my answer is yes, but not because of TikTok. I think this technology is there already. People could be recording me speaking now and put really weird words into my mouth. So a very handy tool for us, but also, of course, there's always going to be a downside. I thought I was finished, but I'm not.
Hi, Sasha Lydia from Think Outside the Bot, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Creators and influencers, working with creators and influencers can be great for, number one, reaching a new audience. Essentially, you're buying their audience when you work with a creator or an influencer. But they're also good for sales, particularly on TikTok. So TikTok is experimenting with something, because hiring creators and influencers is a bit of a process. You have to go find them in the first place. You have to vet them and find out they're the right people. You have to make sure they create the content. You have to pay them. You have to blah, 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 contracts, etc. So if you could remove that whole thing from the process, wouldn't that be good? And that's what TikTok is working on. They're working on AI. Yeah, I know. AI influencers. You'll be able to hire an AI influencer or creator. They've been testing this in-house, and basically you can get your AI influencer to read a AI generated script from a prompt for you. It's going to be that easy. But at the moment, they say it's not as effective as real creators. It's something that's still in beta stage, alpha stage. They're not ready to launch it yet, but they will launch it. And seeing how fast AI evolves, I don't think it will be long before we have access to them. So if you're a real creator, a real human being creator, this is going to be a bit worrying to you. And I also think it's a bit weird that we're living in an age where everyone is talking about authenticity and reality and, make your stuff a little bit grubby and not Insta perfect. But at the same time, looking at creating AI influencers, I feel like it's a battle between authenticity and total fake at the moment. So I think it will be fun to play with. I honestly don't think real creators have much to worry about. I think you would either choose to work with an AI creator or a human being or both. I don't think it will be exclusive, but it is going to be a little bit scary. Maybe they do. As I'm talking, I'm going, Amanda, you're wrong. They do have something to worry about, because if this is quicker and easier and cheaper, of course people are going to use it, particularly if it works. Whew. I'm a little bit scared now. I can see we've got a comment there from James. Great to see you, James. Lovely to see you. I have lost my glasses, so I can't read your comment at all. Here we go. AI influencer sounds like a PR news grab to me. Well, yeah, possibly. But I do think it's something we're not going to be able to escape. It's something that is actually going to happen at some stage, whether we like it or not. And there are already fake people, hologram influencers out there. So it's only a matter of time before it gets adopted even more. Don't forget now on LinkedIn at 10:30 a.m. that we are recording. I'm just making sure there's not another story. There isn't. We are recording a live version of the Extra Shot podcast. That's myself and Mei King Sang. Do go over and follow her on LinkedIn because that is where you will find it if you're not able to scan the QR code right now. You can listen in or you can join in. You can have your say on our story of the week and our internet winner and our internet loser. If I don't see you there, I will be back here, same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then, bye-bye.